Today, the aim is to cover all the possible cases that we have related to the Vlookup formula. And if you have any questions related to the Vlookup formula, you can ask down below in the comment section. So before getting any deep dive in this tutorial, let's take some highlights that we are going to discuss in this. Number 1, we will see the simple application that how we will apply the VLOOKUP formula. Number 2, if we will have the data into different spreadsheets or into different ranges, then how we will apply a single VLOOKUP formula. Number 3, reverse VLOOKUP formula. By default, VLOOKUP formula works from left to right. But in case if we will have the data from right to left, then how we will apply the VLOOKUP formula in this case. Number 4, if we will have the data in this spreadsheet and we want to apply a VLOOKUP formula in another spreadsheet based on the data that we have over here, then how we will do that. And the last, number 5, we will see the dynamic application of a VLOOKUP formula. So without wasting any time, let's get into this. Okay, here I have the sales data. Here is the salesperson name and here is the data related to the first quarter of this year, that is the 2022. So I'm going to apply a simple application of a VLOOKUP. This will be the name that I want the data to be searched. So I already have the drop down here. So let me select any name. Let me select the Sophie. Now I want the data from any of this column. Let's take an example of this, the March 2022. So simply write equal VLOOKUP. Let me tell you that there are the 4 areas that you need to take care when you are applying the VLOOKUP formula. Number 1 is the search key. What will be the search key, what you are looking for in any given data? So this is my search key, the Sophie character. Next is the range. Range is basically the table array where you find the data related to this search key. So this is my table. Let me select this one. Now the index number. So here in this table, if I'm going to give the range from this point till this point, then this will be the index number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in my case, the index number will be the number 4. And for the exact match, you can write 0 and enter. So it shows me 126. Let me check over here for Sophie, which is Sophie Carter, that is 126. As you can see that, let me change some name over here. Let me select the Emily, which is 2010, for the Emily, which is 2010. So it's working fine and you can see the simple application. Let's move on to the second case, the next question. So here I have 3 different tables according to the month of the quarter, Jan, Feb and March data. I'm going to combine these tables into one and then going to apply the VLOOKUP formula. Why am I doing this? Because I have the name duplicate over here because I have the same name in each month. So how to deal that kind of data, I will show you. First of all, I'm going to combine the data. Write the equal, open the curly parenthesis, select the one range. This is my one range. Then after semicolon, then select the second range. And then after third range. Okay, my data has been formed and combined into one table. But there is an issue over here. If you can see that in the salesperson name, there is a repetition of names in this table. So how we will deal that? Because if we will take the VLOOKUP based on the salesperson name, so first matching case will be appear as a result and that will not be correct. So for this, I need to create a one column over here. Just add a column. Let me call this a unique. Okay. So for this, I'm going to combine these two cells into one. So equal this one and this cell and hit enter. So this will be my unique key and I'm going to apply the VLOOKUP formula based on this unique column. Let's move on to this section. Here I already have the drop down just like I have in the previous case, and here is the month drop down. So what I'm going to do, just hit the equal VLOOKUP Now the search key will be the combination of these two cells. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the same formula that I have applied over here so that I will have the unique value. So first of all, this will be my name over here. No, sorry, this will be my month because month I have first, then and sign, and then the name of the salesperson. So this is my key, and then I need the table. So here is the table. I need the index number. The index number in my case will be number 4, and for exact match is 0 and enter. But here it is not showing any value because I have not selected any value from the drop down. So just select any value, that select Isabel for the month Jan. It shows 1275. Just search in here Isabel 1275. Let's change the month. Let's take it Feb 1325. Let's search it over here. Isabel 1325. Now the month March 1375. So Isabel for the month of March 1375. Let's take another name. Let's take the day Lily. Lily half in March is 2597. 2597. Let's take the Jan 2449. It is 2449. So it is working absolutely fine. Now move on to the next case, that is the reverse VLOOKUP. Now consider this table for the reverse VLOOKUP. As you can see over here where we have applied the normal VLOOKUP. So we have applied the VLOOKUP on the salesperson name and the data is moving from left to right. But if we will take this table, here is the salesperson name and data is moving from right to left. So how we will do that? For this, we are going to create a table in the background. But first, let me select any name from this drop down. Just select the Jessica. Now is equal VLOOKUP, but let me show you before applying the VLOOKUP formula in actual. So what I'm going to do is hit the equal, open the curly parentheses, select this column. Now add the comma. Why I'm using the comma? But if you can see in the previous case, I have used over here the semicolon. What's the difference behind that? Because if we will use the semicolon, let me actually use the semicolon and select this column again and curly parenthesis closed. So if you can see that the data has been formed just like the data after data and the data, and it is forming such kind of table, the data underneath of each data. But if we will use a comma instead of the semicolon, then the data comes at the adjacent of this. So we are going to create something like this. So in my case it will be C. So the data will become like this. This is the same kind of data that we have over here. So we will not face any kind of issue when we are going to apply the VLOOKUP. Just do it in the VLOOKUP formula. Okay, hit equal, VLOOKUP, search key will be this, open the curly parentheses, select this column and comma. Now select this one. Okay, close the curly parentheses. Now I just, for example, want to search the Feb value. So my index number will be, now this will be my number 1, 2 and 3. I mean, index number is 3 and 0. Hit the enter. So it shows me for the Jessica is 120,025. Let's check this 1025. Now change any name over here. Amelia. For Amelia it's 74 and this is again the 74. So my this scenario has also been cleared. Okay, the next case is if I want to basically have the data in this table and I want to apply a VLOOKUP formula in another spreadsheet based on the data in this spreadsheet, then how I will do that? For this I need to create a one spreadsheet. So I'm going to create a new spreadsheet. So here is my spreadsheet. Let me close this one. Okay, so here is my spreadsheet. Let me actually copy this thing and apply it over here. Okay. Okay, also let me do that for this one. Okay, so I'm going to apply a VLOOKUP formula over here based on the values that we have over here in this sheet. So how I will do that, I will use the import range function with the help of VLOOKUP function. So what I have to do is I need to blend the VLOOKUP with the import range function. And if you don't know about the import range function, I will give you the link in the I button. You can watch the complete tutorial related to that. Okay, first of all, I need to apply import range function to give the access towards this sheet. So I need the URL, just copy this one and is equal to import range, and first the link and then the sheet name, that is the data space 1 A1 till A1. Okay, it's asking me some authentication, so the authentication has been done. Now I'm going to apply, first copy any name, just copy this name, paste it over here, is equal to VLOOKUP, search key will be this. Now here the range, for the range I'm going to apply the import range. First of all, the URL, I already have the URL copied. No, let me do it again. Okay, copy and then paste. Now my sheet name is the data 1. Here is the data 1. Okay, now I have to assign the range. My range is A3 till D14. A3 till D14. Okay, now import range part has been done. I want to access the first month, that will be the index number 2. So 2 0 and enter. So 2449. Let me copy another name, Poppy. It's 75 and 75. So this is the application. If you want to apply a VLOOKUP formula on another sheet where the data is another spreadsheet, so this is the way you can do that. Okay, let's move on to the last topic of this tutorial, that is the dynamic VLOOKUP formula. So for this I need to copy this format over here, and I need to create a drop down on the basis of this, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this kind of thing, I'm going to build this kind of thing, but not this scenario. I have all the values over here in this table, not I have to combine different table into one. So how I will do that? So for this I'm going to create a data validation. So here, this is the way you can do the data validation. I'm not going to select any range, I'm going to select from the list of the items. Okay, so save. There you go. Let me delete this formula. So hit the equal, VLOOKUP, search key will be this, my range will be this one, and here I'm going to use the match function. What match function actually do, it will give me the index number. For example, if I will select this range, and this will be 1, 2 and 3. Okay, if I will have the name just like March over here, it will give me the reference of 3 in the selected range. So match, this will basically, the index number will be automated, and if you want to access any of column, you can do dynamically. So match this one, and my range will be in actual started from A2, so that will be D2 and A2. Okay, this will be arranged, and for exact match 0, and here is for exact match of VLOOKUP also 0. Now enter. So if I'm going to change the month from here, that is the Feb, it goes 1950. If I'm going to check over here, Emily, that is the 1950. Let me change any name. Let's take Sophie. So Sophie is 712. Sophie 712. So here it is. And let me change the name month, that is the Jan 671 671. So as you can see that this formula is working dynamically. That is the VLOOKUP formula, a simple formula, and you can apply this simple formula into your dashboard, small kind of dashboards, and make it dynamic. So if you have learned from this tutorial, don't forget to hit the like button, and also if you have any question related to the VLOOKUP, you can ask me down below in the comment section. Until then, take your good care and keep watching 5-minute session.
Fearless.